Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're taking a closer look at the Englemaan Citadel GMT I unboxed a couple of weeks ago. Since then I haven't taken it off and wore it on the bracelet 24/7 to test the claimed scratch resistance, as I tend to scratch my watches at work pretty hard and pretty fast. My Submariner received its first ding and scratch after only 4 days of wear. But before we see the results, I have to repeat the incredible specs and value for money you get with this thing. This is the first homage I review that not only copies the design, but also the technology of the original. And when that original is Sinn, that built its reputation on over-engineering, you know you will have one hell of a watch for 1/10 the price. So this 40mm steel watch comes with the same magnetic resistance like Sinn, by using an iron cage for the movement, a hard coating for the steel to resist scratches, and lume that puts Sinn and pretty much every other watch to shame, for just under $300. Their starting price is $200, but for that you only get the design, movement, and same water resistance. Adding all the other tech brings the price to $280. But trust me, it is well worth it, especially when you consider an equivalent Sinn costs 10 times as much, and only has one thing going for it: the movement. While Sinn uses a Sellita SW300, this thing uses a Seiko NH34. The funny thing is that both of these are office GMTs, where you can move the GMT hand independently, which means Englemaan could make a better watch than Sinn if they switched to a Miyota 9075, as that is a true or traveler's GMT where the hour hand is moved independently, like on a Rolex GMT Master. And it would probably rise the price by $50 to $100, which would again make it a bargain for what it offers. In some areas, this thing is even better than Sinn. The clasp on Sinn watches was always a bit of a letdown to me, as all the ones I reviewed had a basic friction lock that on one was incredibly hard to open and close, while this one not only comes with a push release, but also has on-the-fly adjustment. But let's get back to the results of my scratch test. This thing has held up pretty well, and there's just a tiny bit of hairline scratches on the clasp, which is always the first thing to show wear when your work includes desk diving as well, which mine does. The scratches are very shallow and seen only under certain lighting, so I can say the claimed scratch resistance is pretty good. Also, the watch is very well made and shows almost no imperfections even under macro, which means I can highly recommend this to anyone who wants to try on the Sinn design without dropping a couple $1,000s on the original. But beware, as you might like this so much that you might end up keeping it and not getting the Sinn at all. I know I'll be keeping this one, it is that impressive. I always say how I don't mind homage watches as they don't really hurt sales of the originals, but this is the first time where I feel it can adequately replace the original, and the only reason you would get one is because of brand loyalty, which is completely fine, but I just wanted to illustrate how good some homages have become at giving you great bang for buck. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.